Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Julio here with J Nation, and today I'm going to do a top 10 video. Now it's going to be 10 things that I don't like / hate about my car. Now before I go into it, I just want to clarify, I love this car. I love my 2016 Camaro. Some of it's just nitpicking, and you'll see what I mean. I really kind of had to find these things that I didn't like about the car. And some of them actually have been bothering me for a while. So these are going to be 10 things, features, or problems I have with the car. Just to clarify again, I love the car. I wouldn't trade it in for the world. Hope you enjoy the video. So for the first out of 10 things is going to have to be the side window size. One thing that really bothers me is not visibility. I don't mind visibility in this car. But one thing I do have a problem with on the side windows is when I go to a drive-through. That's number one on the list of things I don't like about the car. Second on the list is going to have to be that the seats don't recline as much as I would like. They do recline. The seats recline, but they definitely do not go far back like in almost any other car I've ever been in, where the seats will let you go back as far as you possibly can until you hit the back. These seats have a preset spot where they just do not let you go further than that. For me, it's not enough, especially I want to say for my passenger. Maybe I'll be fine with the position I'm at right now, but maybe my passenger wants to be comfortable, on a long road trip going to Vegas or San Francisco. They could sleep on the way there, and they just can't do it in this car because I'm showing you right now that's pretty much as far. Well, actually, I don't know. I think that is as far as the seat reclines the way it is right now. I'm showing you where I'm sitting right now. The way I'm sitting right now is as far back as this seat reclines. It doesn't go any further than this. I wish it did, especially with me being 6'3". Okay, I'm not 6'3", but I wish I had, a little more headroom. If I went back, I'd be in a little more comfortable position. I just like sitting lower back in my cars. That's just how it is. For another thing is the dead space in the gas pedal. As I've gone back into one of my previous videos where you have to really step into it for the car to get up and go. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check that video out. It's on the Vitesse throttle controller. It's an easy fix for that, but it does cost $180 to fix that problem, and yeah, we'd rather not do that if it can be free. Fourth thing I don't like about this car is the sunroof taking up a good amount of headroom. I didn't really know that until I actually got into the car, because the first car I got into had the sunroof in it, so I just thought this is how it was. Then after I found out that if you got the car without the sunroof, you would have had more headroom in the car. One of the next thing I'm going to go over is the trunk opening in this car. Now, like I said, the main problem I have with the trunk is not the actual trunk space itself, because it does have plenty of trunk space. Once you get your item inside the trunk goes rather deep and it's pretty wide, so you got a lot of space inside of the trunk. The problem that I have with it is the opening itself. The opening of the trunk is small. It's the smallest in its class compared to a Mustang or Challenger. The Camaro has the smallest trunk opening, so it just makes getting big items like a suitcase, or I remember I wanted to take a cooler on the trip and it wasn't really possible with the opening I have. So that's the only problem I have with the trunk. The opening itself is the problem, not the trunk space. Alright, another thing I don't like about the car, that the gas tank does not lock. It can easily be unlocked with just a press. Even when the doors are locked and the car is locked, the gas tank could still be easily opened by anybody. There's no cap on it either that has a key for it, so anyone could pretty much do anything to your gas tank. That is definitely one thing I wish GM would fix, where when you lock the doors, you can't just unlock this with the press. The only way to do that would be to unlock the doors, and then you could do this. Definitely one thing I wish they would fix. For the next thing that I do not like or hate about the Camaro, the center console. One thing I notice about this car is you have the center console here. Opens fine. It just closes so dramatically, so fast and so hard. It sounds like it's gonna break almost. This has absolutely no give at all. You want to just put it down, even once you get right here, boom. Just feels like it's gonna break. I don't like that about it. I wish it had some resistance in there where you kind of had to at least push it a little down so it really closed. Felt a little more sturdy. That's definitely one thing I don't like about this car. All right, so the next thing that I don't like about this car is going to be one I really don't like, actually. And I've looked on the forums, I've looked online, hoping that there would be somebody to figure out a fix to this problem. So far, I haven't seen any. The next thing I don't like about this car is going to have to be the lights. These lights right here. These lights will always come on when you turn off your car. As soon as you turn off your car, the lights come on. As soon as you open a door to your car, the lights come on. There's no way or setting that I know, apparently that the forums know either, that can just keep those lights from coming on. They always just do. So I really wish GM would have came up with the solution, or at least a simple switch like every other car has, where you could change the setting of that. There is nothing that I know of in this car that lets you do that. So for the next thing that I hate about this car, the storage space in the car. I can take the fact that it doesn't have storage space. I know it's a sports car. It's gonna be limited on storage space, that's for sure. But the fact that it has pretty much none is what I don't like about it. It doesn't even have a place for change. Usually your car might have somewhere here in this area where you can just dump the change besides using cup holders. You can't just throw your change anywhere here. If you did, there's gaps, like small little gaps that are right underneath this whole area here. It doesn't come out too well, but there's little gaps there, so if you were to throw change there, it would kind of slide under that, and we definitely don't want that. So I had to come up with the solution. As you might have seen in another video, I made a little Batman piggy bank here, DIY. So this is my change spot. Leading right into the next thing I don't like about this car is going to be the wireless charging port in the car. If you were to option this car with the wireless charging port, you're supposed to just be able to place your phone right here, and if your phone comes with wireless charging tech, it should just start charging as soon as you place it here. The problem I have with that is most people have iPhones, and if you don't have an iPhone, you have an Android or something. Most of those phones these days are like 5 inches or bigger, so most phones aren't going to easily just fit flat in there so it could start charging. Even if I have an iPhone 6s Plus, so even if I did get a case that has the wireless charging tech built into it, it would just be too big for it to actually lay flat on there so that it could actually work. So to me, this is pretty much useless, and it's a pretty good spot to put my little piggy bank. All right guys, so those were the 10 features or 10 things I didn't like or hate about my car, and I would like to know if you found any of those 10 things similar to what you might not like about your 2016 Camaro or your car, whatever it may be. Maybe you have some of the same things that the Camaro has. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and just to go over again, I love the car. Those are just 10 things that I had to kind of find that I didn't like about the car, and I wish there might have been some fixes to them. It's Julio with J Nation, and I'll see you in the next one.